Ren's open declaration of war. I don't think it'll escalate hostilities the way it did with Julius. Leo has chosen this path and she has done so as well. Their battle will be fought within the Holy Grail War. One will win, the other will die. And those two will eventually disappear. Only I, who has nothing, will remain. Leo's plans, Ren's determination. I have nothing to fight for yet. Yet, I continue to fight and kill. Unlike the real world, I can feel the weight of this virtual world pressed down on me. Even so, I have no choice but to fight. I refuse to continue fighting. This just sounds like a dead end right here. Let me make sure there isn't... okay, it doesn't look like it matters. I'm still not doing that. I guess I have no choice but to fight. That's right. When it comes down to it, fighting is my only real option. It's either fight or die. But how long can I keep this up when I can't bring myself to continue even one step farther? Not time. Alright. Ooh. Oh, look at our little rose incense thingy. That's new. First floor. 100, 100, 100. We're 100%ing everything. Actually, we're not because I've already missed things. It says... oh, Noble Phantasm. Main's Emperor. Queen's Glass Game. We got our stats there. Keyword. I'm not entirely sure what went up because I know we've read this. I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, we didn't have database 1. A story without an end. A childlike finger returns to the first line. A tiny hand reaches out for the second volume for as long as the reader denies reality. Skill. Nursery rhyme. Nursery rhyme is not a hero in the traditional sense. Rather, it is a general term for any picture book that has managed to manifest itself into a corporal existence. The genre itself, deeply loved by the children of England, came into being as a reaction to the half-voiced of dreams of young and eventually emerged as a servant who became champion of the innocent. It formed the foundation for perhaps the best-known work from the author known as Lewis Carroll. His book, Alice in Wonderland, began as a series of simple rhymes told to the daughters of family and friends while rowing down the river Thames on a warm summer's day. The servant nursery rhyme is actually a type of reality marble. It projects the true feelings of its master and creates a pseudo-servant in form imagined by the one who summoned it. Does not explain why that is why nursery rhyme looks like Alice in Fate Grand Order, but okay. Save your progress. Saving my progress. Alright, what kind of shenanigans are we running into? We're full of action-packed shenanigans. Oh, yep. The air is tense. The tension in the air reminds me of how it feels when an opponent's pairing is announced. My pairing hasn't been announced. However, I recognize the two girls in front of the bulletin board. The girl in red is Ren Tosaka and the other girl the same age as Ren, or a little older. The girls size each other up, and without a word, each glance away from the other. One of these two girls will die. That is what fate has decided. Ren Tosaka and Rani are equally powerful. I can only gain from one, taking the other out. I'm not the only witness. It's Julius. He walks over to the bulletin board after two have left. Neither side will hold back in the battle. If I could watch the fight, I could learn quite a bit. Without a single glance this way, they leave. I really don't understand, but I'm nervous anyway. Evening. Okie dokie. Nope, definitely didn't mean to press B there. Definitely not at all. Morning time. The moment I see Ren, I know the time has come. Her body language is aloof as ever, but I can see she focuses in, or see the focus in her gaze. Today is the day they fight. One of them will die. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Julius. That's nothing unusual, but it worries me for some reason. What Julius said in front of the bulletin board about Ren and Ronnie's battle is still bugging me. Maybe it'd be a good idea to track down Julius. Track down the assassin? From outside the It's Tom! I hear a faint voice. I put my ear to the door in order to hear better. It's Julius. I can't make out the details, but he's talking about program's code. I knew it. The firewall around the battlefield is just too strong. The security is highest there. I sense him moving and shuffle away from the door in panic. There's nowhere to hide. It's you. His aura of murderous intent makes my heart leap out of my chest, but then he promptly leaves. Even though he's tried to kill me in the past, Julius doesn't seem to register my existence. Maybe I'm not worth it for him to suffer yet another penalty in the fighting outside the arena? Eh, it works for me. It's time, Multimedia Room. Heh, porn time. I mean, what? The Multimedia Room is bigger than a regular classroom, at the front of the room is a screen. You know, like what a multimedia room should be. Instead of the ceiling projector, there's an old-fashioned film projector, and that's odd. It could be here all the time for all, or it could be here, well, I can't read. It could be here all the time for all I know. I never visit this room. I know, 'cause it wouldn't let me. That device has been rewrought recently. My servant is right. That film projector seems to be warping the, well, or very air, well, that around it. Something must have been done to it, probably by Julius. For what purposes? I reach out and inspect it and get shocked. Oh. Nope, that's, alright, you guys ready for this one? We all know my pronunciation sometimes can get shaky, but MPO'd 70 times main system mod pex blah blue sis argress guk cheek numbers east 12C255. Exclamation point, exclamation point. Weird. When I touched it, oh, okay, maybe there is sparks. Sparks went flying in my brain. I think I was attacked by some program. But although it makes me dizzy, the effects pass immediately. I don't think it did any damage. I'm probably okay. No need to concern yourself. I wonder what it was. Somehow I don't think it was Julius's doing. I'm pulled from my reverie by the earth-splitting sound of a weapon someone means business. I brace myself, thinking Julius has returned, but he's nowhere to be seen. Then suddenly, an image emblazons itself on my brain. Rani. Next to her slim form is a giant servant, and facing them are Rin and her servant. This must be an elimination battle between the two of them. The film projector spins into motion, projecting images of the battle onto the screen. Well, I know who those two are. Oh, we get to play as Rin? Oh, well. You can't kill that guy. You can't kill Lancer. I know how he works. I'm not playing, obviously. I'm just watching a sweet cutscene. Ah, good old Gondor. Fallible bow. Call Fortune. That's a Ren move, alright. It didn't do much. Gonna be real with you, Ren. That did a fair chunk. Getting to watch other masters fight would be a huge advantage in a war like this, where information is crucial to survive. It goes without saying that it's a total violation of the rules, but I'd expect nothing less from Julius. In any case, why did Julius leave halfway through? What was his plan? Did something go wrong? Leave your speculations for later, Master. You would do well to observe the splendid fight. My servant draws attention to the screen. Rin and Rani are facing each other. The forms of their servant can't be made out clearly. What? I can make them out clearly. The image quality isn't bad per se. It's more like there's a masking effect overlaid hidden, or to hide them. Even that security measure, I can tell both servants wield long shafts. They're both lancers then. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Which, I guess in all fairness, there could technically be two lancers. He did use a bow though, which clearly means he's a saber. My eyes only see the sparks from their lances as it thrusts, parries, swaps, and defends. Rani's servant seems massively powerful, but Rin's isn't giving an inch. Either one can win. The owner of the Red Lance will win this. It is a classic David and Goliath situation. Saber declares Rin's victory, seemingly arbitrarily. The servants are equally matched, but that girl has more creativity at her disposal, so she'll win. She is better able to exploit her enemy's weakness. She wields her brain as if it were her blade itself. The darker skinned girl realizes, but does not have the cleverness to counter. It must frustrate her. I was gonna say fluster there, but you know, same thing. Rin notices she's winning too. Her posture is full of confidence. The good old Tosaka curse though. Fucking up at the last moment. I expected. On the other hand, there is a hint of alarm on Rani's otherwise expressionless face. And then, the clash suddenly stops. I can't make out what's going on, but I can tell there's space between the two opponents now. The one who backed off was Rani. Her servant contorts and starts gathering energy. Even through a blurry screen, I can tell the inordinate amount of power is being summoned. I am sorry, Professor. I must return to the chassis of life that you bestowed upon me. Maximum velocity, infinite helm to the northern sky, mode Osiris. Continuation of duties deemed impossible. In case of failure, destruct self along with moon. Performing final directive. Wait, what? Alice Homunculus can pull off crazy stuff like that? You fool, this isn't something that's self-destruct over. After taking a beating from Rin, Rani must be intending to use her last resort. Never mind. Rin, wouldn't that liquefy the entire arena? She used her command seal. That's a trump card you only use twice in the entirety of the war, and Rani just used one. No, her command seal isn't what's causing this horrendous power to well up from within her. Her heart is lying on the verge of exploding. Anyone who saw her right now could tell. Rani's body was built with the capacity to overload like this. Is she gonna blow? Your magic circuits are at critical convergence. You don't need to throw your life away like this. A kamikaze, huh? Well, I didn't realize Ku was speaking. I mean, Lancer. What'll you do now that she's stolen your patented move, Master Oman? Evade. That's what. Bombs can't hit people that evade. Rin's servant addresses her with a flippant tone, totally unsuited to the intensity of the situation. That's old news. Save the jokes for later, Lancer. If she's serious, then we need to go all out. Her heart's made of ether light. Before she blows up the arena, skewer her to the core with your noble phantasm. Ooh, I like it when you're desperate. What a treat. Alright, it's finally time to end this. At Rin's command, Lancer takes a stance and gathers his strength. It builds and builds until... the next attack will settle the battle. They won't have time to resort to their command seals. Even the victor will suffer greatly. It is possible that both contenders will end up perishing. As Saber cuts herself off, she looks directly at me and says in an annoyed tone of voice, "You're not looking at me, Saber." What is that strange look upon your face? Do not tell me you're thinking of saving them. I didn't realize I was telegraphing my emotions, but more importantly, what did my servant just say? Could there be some way to save them? Oh great, now we've got an idea in our head. It sounds like there might be, but Saber wasn't enthusiastic. Yes, indeed there is. I intended to keep it to myself, yet I find you dragging it from me. Although reluctant, the young blonde servant points to my left hand and my command seals. So long as this screen connects to where they are, you may save either one of them. But their location is walled off. I would require the assistance of command seals to transit there. So it's actually impossible. Still, command seals exist to make miracle happen. I would need one seal to get there, and possibly a second to survive. Once there, we could lose 2 seals. But wipe that look off your face. I cannot believe I must ask this, but I will anyways. Do you truly intend to save one of those girls? Huh, well, we're definitely using a command seal, and we're definitely using it to save Ren. Suite number 3, well, now 2 on her hand. Rani's gonna self-destruct at any second, and I'm gonna listen to my heart and save Ren. My servant springs into action with no sign of disapproval. It's time of the essence, or time is of the essence. Power surges through my feet, electrifying the air and bending the floor. Space warps around me. The distortion rips a hole in the screen. We're jumping into a TV, or I guess in this case a projector. We're phantom thieves. My servant leaps towards it and the world melts into streaks. I misread that and thought it said stakes, but streaks. My vision goes black from the rapid acceleration. My hand tingles where the command seal burns off. When I open my eye, I find myself in the arena. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Literally, the air sparks as the arena begins to melt around Rani. Exclamation point. Rani knows why I'm intruding on her fight, and blatantly hostility is poured upon me. We don't stand a chance. Pray to her, use the command seal if you want to survive. If we can last even a round, we can escape the forced termination services. Or activation, I didn't really read the last word. Professional. If that noise didn't tell you what class that was, I don't know what it would be. We're gonna unleash it. That'll regenerate in 2 days. Oh. Cure. Oh boy, that was a lot. Hopefully we didn't need that later. Oh well. Well. And we're going to attack. We do nothing to him. Also, he had already taken damage at one point. I can't tell if we actually are doing anything either. I don't know if we need commands though. If I do, then whoops.